that can actually be a slogan. You gotta do what you gotta do to get the shot. Hi, and thank you for clicking on the video. Today I'm going to show you how to shoot and edit a cinematic B-roll sequence, and hopefully you can use that to, put some money in your back pocket. If you want to find out how you're going to do that, stick around until the end. If you guys like that, please let me know by hitting the like button, hit that subscribe button, and also in the comments below what type of B-roll videos you want me to attempt, because I'm going to attempt a bunch of other stuff and I'll break it down for you guys as best as I can. Now, today's video's breakdown will look as follows. I'm going to break down the gear that I was using, the lenses that I was using, some editing notes, some music and sound design and sound score notes, and just some general notes in when filming something like this. Because what I love about a B-roll sequence and crushing a B-roll sequence is basically you are telling a story visually. You're telling a story without any spoken or written language. So essentially you're creating a language with the camera. Let's not have any limitations with this. Literally, you just need a camera for this video. Just the camera. Like, I literally just use the camera, a reflector, and that's pretty much that, the subject, and you just need an idea of some shots and jump into it. In the editing suite, hold on. Right, key light. Now, semi kind of like backlight plus fill light. Okay, the shooting gear that I used. Boom, Sigma Art 35mm. Man, this absolute gem of a lens. Some of the shots that I used with 35mm. Then 50mm with the polarized lens on it. Okay. And then the one I'm using right now, 20mm. Just to have that wider field of view, I used saran wrap or glad wrap as we call it here. I'm not sure what the correct term is, but it's basically this. And I specifically used the wider lens for, I wanted to create this moment of where the person repotting has so much power in this moment, but yet he's handling it with so much elegance. Now, this shot over here, I really like this shot, and why I chose to talk about this shot is because I showed the shot to my wife, and she's like, one, I'm not sure what I'm looking at, especially from the starting point, but also like, how did you do that shot? I'm gonna explain literally with my phone how that shot went. Create that movement where the camera is moving with the pot, And what helps a lot of the time is to just have a couple of rehearsals where both of you move at the same time, because then you're gonna get like a piece of fluidity that the camera connects with the subject. First things first with the editing breakdown. I don't know if you guys can remember, in one of my previous videos, how to shoot an epic video using only a tripod, I mentioned how important it is with certain projects to have music or soundscaping or a track or any sort of idea beforehand, because it helps with the stylization when filming your cinematography basically. Now with this project, I approached it completely differently. Why? I only had a couple of shots in mind. I didn't have like a complete video in mind. It's one of those videos where I had a couple of movements in mind and I had a couple of transitions in mind, but in terms of a story from beginning until the end, there was no clear indication of that. So the challenge came and I had to edit everything in silence. But I must say, I felt more free with the edit doing it in silence. and figuring out the track after I've actually done a full outline of my project. When I found the song and when I heard the song on Artlist, I was like, oh, yes, this song makes me feel at home. It makes me feel like I'm in South Africa. I don't even know if it's an African song, but it just makes me feel like I'm in South Africa. So it makes me feel welcome. It makes me feel at home. And then boom, it just clicked to me. That's the song. That's the song that will allow my plant to feel at home, you know, in this little mystical world that I'm creating with the videos. Yeah, and once I had the song, it was just go ahead from there. I just had to retime the clips within certain time frames of the song. Let's quickly have a look at this whole clip with just the music and without any sound design. In one of my previous videos, how to shoot and edit a 15-second banger video or showreel video, I mentioned the importance of sound design and really taking that to the next edge and the next level, because that's one thing that we do have control over. In terms of shots, there's a lot of things that in the moment you don't see, but in post-production with soundscaping and sound design, you can fix a lot of things. You can make sense of a camera shake. Analyze your shots, analyze the shot and see what sound complements this shot. And something that I also did, I created this element of repetition with other elements of audio. For instance, the birds that you hear throughout. Listen to how that becomes a part of the melody. It becomes something that flows within the song. And it just makes sense for the song. It makes sense for my location. It makes sense for everything that's being filmed in this moment. And then the pebbles falling, you know, replicating sand or pebbles or anything falling. That's another theme that goes through in this video. So that's something that I wanted to reiterate and put repetition on in the sound design. That's something that really just sinks in. Whoops. Let's try that again. That's something that really just sinks in with the viewer, and creating some elements where what happens in the frame, like for instance when we hit the gravel, that sound, it even distorts the music that you're hearing as well. So it's just creating the cinematic language. And I think it's safe to say that that kind of like concludes the shooting and the editing part of it. So if you stick around until the end, thank you, because you will get some business advice. For those who haven't seen my how I got my first clients video, or how to attract clients, go and check that video out because it resonates a lot with what I'm going to say here. How do you make money with something like this? Well, it's pretty simple. Let's say for instance you're like me and also a plant lover. Let's see how many plant places, or what do you call them, nurseries, how many nurseries there are around in my location. I'm gonna search that on Google. Just on the first page I have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 40. Okay, well, within a 11 kilometer, there's over 40 nurseries close by. So what I can do is I can basically contact most of them and say, hey, do you guys want to buy a marketing video from me? Here's my price. Got one copy of the video, you throw the bait out there and hope someone catches it. It's as easy as that. Me, I'm not going to use this for monetary value. This is just a video to just have on the channel. But what I can do is I can do a barter agreement with a nursery to say, hey, I spent some money on plants. How about you guys take this video and, I don't know, give me a bunch of plants. That's a bartering deal for me. Anyway, thank you for watching until this part, and you got some free advice. And hopefully you can create a video like this one after today's tutorial. Thank you so much.